Welcome to an episode of Man Lucrative Podcast. I am your host, the one, the only Magneto 7 in the building. I'm here. This episode is brought to you by Safe Tire Auto. Listen, if you need some tires, you need an oil change, you need brakes, you need a tune-up, you need any of that stuff, make sure you go over to Safe Tire. Tell them Magneto 7 sent you from the Mad Lucrative Podcast. How about it? Listen, I have had so much fun this week. I've just been fun, friends, fun, forever, fun. I've been doing so much stuff this week. I've been lit. Oh, man. So if y'all have been under a rock, of course, everybody that might be watching this now, I have not been posting on YouTube because I have wanted to make sure that we got all our stuff together. We have been looking a little dusty for the past couple of weeks. So I wanted to make sure all the audio, all the sound, all the visual, I wanted to make sure everything was just locked in. And now we back on YouTube. Yes, sir. We back. So look, hopefully everybody's had a great weekend. My weekend was pretty cool. I stay in Atlanta. Most of y'all don't know. If you don't know, I stay in Atlanta, right? Down here in Atlanta, it's been a little dusty. I ain't gonna front. It's been a little bit dusty. I've had to have a lot of come to Jesus moments. I've had to have a lot of come to Jesus moments with myself and my girls, because I have two daughters, and my wife. I try not to talk about her too much on the fire because I just get loose. I get a little loose. But anyway, we decided to go out a lot this week. We went out about 2 times this week. The first time we went to Cheesecake, it was cool. The second time we went to some new spot, and I want to talk to y'all about this. All of my business owners in Atlanta, please come close. All of my business owners in Atlanta, please, Dr. Umar, peace and Pan-Africanism. All of my people in Atlanta, if you own a business, what y'all are doing is highway robbery right now. It's highway robbery. And I'm a person, I believe in good service. I believe in tipping. I believe in just doing right by everybody that's in my space, especially if I go out to eat. Because guess what? You always have the ability just to do it at the house. You can cook at the house. You do whatever you want to at the house. You don't have to go out to eat. When I go out to eat, I automatically expect to pay a nice tip. I expect. And all my servers, I'm going to tell y'all this too. All of my servers, if you work in Atlanta, I hate to pinpoint Atlanta, but I have not had this back and forth with anybody in any other state. And when I went to LA, or when I was in New York or in North Carolina or in any other, I never had these same issues that I have right here in my own city in Atlanta. All right, so this is what's been happening. Right now, you could go out to a wing spot, and normally, and I can account some of it to inflation. I'll account some of it to inflation. But normally, you can go out to eat. You take your family out. Everybody is it's a little vibe. You expect to pay. For me, I have a family of 4. I expect to pay $100 every time I go out. Every time. If we go to Chick-fil-A, I expect to pay at least $40. And you got to think about it. $40, $10 a head. Like, that's automatically $40, $50. It just is what it is. But this is what's been happening down here. And I've been looking at it, and I did not want to say nothing about it, but now it's just become too much of an issue. Right now, if you go out anywhere in Atlanta and you say, all right, I'm going to sit down, I'm going to have a drink or two with my family, we're going to eat all this stuff, enjoy each other, all that stuff, right? You might be sitting there for an hour waiting for your freaking food. Hold up. That is unacceptable. If you sitting there for an hour waiting for your food, you just looking around, you like this. So I was looking at my wife's face last night. I was looking at my wife's face because we went out last night to some restaurant. It was dope. It was a nice looking restaurant. But again, I don't want to do this. I promise y'all I don't want to do this. When I can see that it's clearly a black establishment or it's a black owner, I expect bad service. I'm sorry. I expect bad service. Now, our waitress that we had last night, she was cute. She did her job. She did her thing. But there are only certain things that a waiter or the service people can only fix. They can't fix bad structure. And this is why I'm talking to my business owner. Unfortunately, my black business owners, a lot of my white business owners that I either coach or that I'm really cool with, their business structure is phenomenal. The structure and having SOPs, standard operating procedures, I can't say all, but a lot of my white business owners that I either coach or that I patronize, their businesses are flawless. They know automatically if I have a worker that's working up here at the cash register, they're going to smile at you. They're going to give you top tier service. If I have a waitress that's coming to serve you, it's going to be top tier service. If you're waiting too long for your food, I'm going to throw an extra drink in for free. This is just a part of the service. The drink don't really cost nothing, but it means that much more for the people that's coming over there to patronize your business, especially if they got to wait an hour for your food. So this is what happened last night. We went outside. I ain't gonna front. I had the issue on. I felt like him last night. Normally I'm in paint clothes. I'm looking dusty. I done inspected the building. I got dirt on my shoes. I might have some dirt on my shirt. Normally, my average day to day, I'm dusty looking because I work. I work a 9 to 5, and I have other businesses that I tend to on a consistent basis. So anyway, last night everybody was looking fly. We went out, saw the atmosphere. They actually had somebody wrestling outside. And when I say wrestling, like it was staged, it was cool. It was a cool little setup. But I was like, okay, I automatically knew what we were about to go into as far as service goes. So we walk into the restaurant and I'm looking around. They had a nice little neon light. They did not have a grass wall. All of my baddies that be making them TikTok videos, y'all are hilarious. They did not have a grass wall, but they may as well had a grass wall. So we waiting. Nobody ever came up to us and asked if they could seat us. So I was waiting. Eventually, it was a white lady that came up. She said, "Can we? You planning on eating in?" We said, "Yeah, we want to eat in." We stay right up the street from the restaurant. We just want to try something different. So anyway, we sit down. They ask for the drinks. The lady comes up, gives us a drink order, and I said, "Okay, I'm gonna wait." I started my timer, and I do this all the time. All my waitresses, I start y'all at 100% of a tip. All of my waitresses, I'm going to let y'all know off the rip, I start you off at 100% of a tip. I'm going to give you what my 100% is. If I have a $50 tab, you're going to probably get a $10 tip. If I have a $60 tab, I'm going to probably give you a $12 tip. If I have a $100 tab, then I'm going to probably give you a $20 to $25 tip. That's just me. I believe in good tips. I believe in treating people, right, whatever. But what I do my stuff off of a tier system. And y'all can start adopting this too if you want to. When you come in, and if it's too much time in between and you don't offer nothing for free, if we're waiting there 30 minutes to an hour for our food after we order, and this is not that type of restaurant, all we ordered was wings and fries. And maybe I'm just venting. I'm just letting y'all know. We are going to get to the show. I'll just let y'all know this. If you come to Atlanta, just expect this. I'm going to just say y'all that. If you come to Atlanta, just expect it. That's just how things have been going. We're sitting down. We're waiting. I see a bunch of youngins coming in and out. No sense of time, no sense of urgency. I say, okay, that's what type of restaurant. That's where we at today. The girl comes up. She says, "Can I get you anything?" I want to say, "Can you get me my food?" So we're still waiting. The food ends up coming out an hour and some change after we ordered the food. The food comes in an hour and some change after we ordered the food. I was like, what have y'all been doing? So what I did not know, my wife was standing up halfway looking at the people in the back because we could see the servers, we could see the chefs. They had this nice window. Again, the establishment looked nice. The establishment was nice, but we could see all of the interactions that was happening behind the scenes. And I was just like, yo, this is different. This is different. My wife was like, my food done touched 1,000 people's hands. I don't even know if I want it now. I'm like, no, you're going to eat this food. You're going to eat this food today. You're going to eat. Ain't no, I don't know if you're going to eat it today. You're going to eat it today. So all of my business owners in Atlanta, please, let's figure out a way to do better. Let's figure out maybe you need to hire more people. Maybe you need to hire more people. Maybe, just maybe, you need to focus more on the service and less on the DJ. This is another thing. The girl that was our waitress came up. She said, "So how you like it?" I said, and that was cool. She said, "How you like it?" I said, "The food was great." I said, "Maybe I'll just do takeout the next time," but the food was great. So she said, "Okay, but," I said, "Not just my vibe. This is just not my vibe." I said, "It's a lot of stuff going on," and I didn't want to sound like an elitist. I didn't want to be like, "It's a lot of bums and bum-like activity in here, and I can't be around this." I didn't want to say that, but that's how I felt. So she was just like, "Well, what do you like? What's more your thing?" I said, "I'm more of a laid back type of guy." I said, "I'm chill." I said, maybe some wine, steak, wings, and if I'm eating wings, I'm just more of a chill guy, you know." She said, "Well, maybe," and this will let me know, T-Shack, this will let me know she was a youngin'. She said, "Well, maybe you want to come back on R&B nights." So I was like, yeah. She said, "No, R&B. Okay, maybe come back on jazz nights." I was like, She said, "So what is your thing?" I said, "It's just too much activity for me. It's way too much. You got one dude over in the corner like this. Ooh. You got these two women over here, which I'm okay. Do y'all do whatever you do, your lifestyle. Your life, your lifestyle. It's on you. But you over there kissing and going on, two women. Then you got one dude over here that had underwear on, like literal, just underwear." I said, "It's just too much random activity." And if this is your average Patreon, not Patreon, patron. If this is your average patron that comes into your establishment, it's just not my vibe. I said, "It ain't nothing against you. It's nothing against you at all." I was like, it's just too much. It's just too much." So she said, "Well, maybe you could just come in for brunch or something." I said, "Okay." I said, "Is it music and brunch?" She said, "Real light, just real." I said, "Now you got something. I think you got a winner." But anyway, all of our restaurant owners in Atlanta, please stop trying to serve the vibes and just serve good service. Whoever T-Shack says good service, tip $10, great service, $20 and up. Thank you, T-Shack. I agree with you. Listen. Everybody in Atlanta, all my business owners, please focus on your service. You don't have to serve vibes every freaking restaurant. This is like, and I like to go out to eat. I like to take an inventory of the restaurants that's not big chains. I like to actually go to those restaurants and just find new stuff. The little hole in the wall is just a little vibe. Like, I like to do that, but when you have your food come out an hour and some change after the fact, that puts a bad taste in your mouth. I'm probably not going to go back to that restaurant. I'm probably not going to go back. And that's just me. Maybe I'm an elitist. Maybe that's just how I look at things, but I'm not going to go back. I'm not. I'm sorry. They got me. All right, so first up, I want to bring, and this is not going to be too long of a show on YouTube. I've already been here. We're normally here for about 2 hours. So if you're watching this on YouTube, you already missed a whole hour of the show. Make sure you go over to Patreon and go ahead and join that joint. All right. So first off, I want to bring Mimi Foss to the stage. I thought this was interesting, especially since we've been looking at all of these Epstein files, and I got a little small word, right? This is what I'm thinking about the Epstein files, because I've been trying to look at what's being worked on behind the scenes. And I definitely feel like this whole Epstein file thing is a decoy for something. The something, what it is, I don't know what that is just yet. But I do feel like this whole Epstein file is a decoy for something. We have all heard about the whole Illuminati stuff. We've all heard about secret societies, and these families own this, and this family owns that, and this family controls the music business, and this group of people controls the entertainment. Like, we've been hearing stories for years, right? But I have never heard this story from a black woman, and this is Mimi Foss. She's talking about her being forced out of the Church of Scientology at 13 after watch this, after she said that she was not gonna sign a billion-year contract. How do you even do that? She didn't want to sign a billion-year contract. How do you do that? It just sounds crazy to me. So I wanted to bring this to the stage because I thought it was something interesting to talk about, and I'm just curious. I'm curious on how they've been able to pull this off for so many years. Like it's just different. It's just different. And if I can find it, if I can get her, there we go. All right, let me let her talk because I thought this was very interesting.
Introduced to Scientology. Just went balls to the wall. Sold everything, our house, furniture, everything we had. Took me because I was the youngest child, and we moved to LA to the Scientology headquarters, the big blue building. And my life has never been this.
Hold up. She said the Church of Scientology was a big blue building. Y'all know me. the Church of Scientology, LA. All right. She said it's a big blue building. Ooh. They get money. All right. I'm going to show y'all the building in a minute.
Like literally, I was there until I was 13 when they kicked me out.
Why they kicked you out?
They said I was a freeloader because I would not sign the billion-year contract.
But what does that entail?
You're there for life. That's what it entails. You don't leave. They believe in reincarnation. So when you die, or they call it dropping your body, when you drop this body, you come back and you keep fulfilling your obligation to them for a billion years, which is absurd. Understood that at 13.
You complete your obligation to them for a billion years. How is that possible? How?
I was like, yeah, no, I don't think I want to do it. So they said either you sign this. My mother was introduced to Scientology and just went on my own since I was 13. Balls to the wall.
Your mother let you leave.
Sold everything.
How to do that? Okay, how did we do that? All right, I'm trying to figure out how to play the rest of it.
Out the door, down the steps, down the sidewalk, didn't say a word.
Hold on, I'm getting emotional right now.
Yeah.
You're a 13-year-old girl, not even a woman.
How is that possible to have your 13-year-old just be on their own outside? That's crazy.
13-year-old girl, and you leave the Scientology building.
Yeah, but I had a little backpack that had my clothes in it. That's all I had.
Do you remember some of the practices that they had you do?
The crazy thing is the overall goal of their organization is pretty positive. They want to clear the world of negativity. That's the overall goal, to clear the planet. Not the world, the planet.
Should I be a Scientologist? Do I want to be a Scientologist? I want to clear the world. I want to clear the world of all the negative. I'm about to say the F-ish. I want to clear the world of all the negativity. Should I be a Scientologist? I don't know.
In order to clear the planet, that means every individual on planet Earth would have to be a Scientologist or a Sea Org member. Two different things. A Scientologist, or you get out. It's when you just go and take the courses. There are a lot of celebrities that are Scientologists. However, when you join the Sea Org is when you sign the billion-year contract to work for them forever. And that's a whole different ballgame.
When you left at 13, where did you go?
I got kicked out of the living quarters, but I'm like, they didn't say nothing about the school. I don't even know if the school knew. So I went back to the school. Mind you, there were a lot of celebrity kids that were going to this school. I would watch the kids that were going home in the nicest whips. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to go spend a night.
This is very interesting for me. This is very interesting.
I'm tonight, because I know if I go to their house, then I'm going to get a good meal. I'm going to be able to take a bath. You know what I mean? And so that was my thought process. Let me make this uncomfortable situation comfortable. I spent the night with a different kid every night for the rest of the school year.
Wow.
Wow.
So this is my take, all right? And this is from a Christian standpoint, right? I know some of y'all be like, they wrong too. Them Christians wrong too. They doing the wrong thing too. But just imagine. Hold on, imagine.
There are a lot of.
I'm gonna show y'all this. This is the Church of Scientology that she's talking about right here, and this is the one that's in L.A. I just want y'all to get a visual of it because this is just crazy to me. I cannot see a 13-year-old. I can't see a 13-year-old being dolo walking out of this building. This is crazy to me. This is crazy to me. All right, so anyway, I want to know. This is one of my main questions when it comes to the whole Church of Scientology, and maybe I don't know if I could even get somebody on the pod. I would not mind it though, but if I could get somebody on the pod to actually talk about why or what did this derive from, what did it come from? Because it feels satanic, honestly. It feels satanic. I don't see how anybody would sign a billion-year contract. It says, hold up, let me give y'all a quick little rundown. The Church of Scientology, incorporated in Los Angeles, California, was created in 1954, following the development of L. Ron Herbert's subsequently program. What is that? Crucial foundation work is initial steps around Phoenix, Arizona. So their whole belief is you can clear the world. You can clear the world of negativity by getting them clear, getting the people clear. I like the idea. I like the idea because this is how I view things, but maybe it's just from a Christian standpoint, but this is how I view things. If I am trying to, let me give y'all a scenario. If I'm trying to come up with an idea that could dismantle poverty, right? Which I don't think that's possible. I don't think it's possible because you got too many other variables that's connected to poverty that creates poverty. So you will never just clear it. Like you have to work and do some programming. And when I say programming, mental programming, get people to see their spaces as feeding tubes, right? Case in point, I've talked about this plenty of times. I rarely listen to music in general. When I'm in my car or in my truck, I normally listen to podcasts. I'm listening to financial workshops. I'm listening to motivational speakers. I'm listening to people that's done life in big ways. Like it's one of my mentors, Myron Golden. Myron Golden is somebody I advise anybody, if you are in a funk and you're trying to figure out how to generate income and you're trying to figure out how to make business and you're trying to figure out just the simple things that make big impacts in your life, Myron Golden is one of those people that you probably want to listen to, right? He has a book called Trash Man to Cash Man. The book is phenomenal, right? I advise everybody to read it. Another guy, which some people go back and forth, and I know y'all might be like, it's a conflict of interest, but I look at all aspects of life. One of my favorite books is Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Rich Dad, Poor Dad is a whole series. The author is Robert Kiyosaki. He is the guy that pretty much teaches you how to play Monopoly in real life, right? The game of leveraging credit, the game of leveraging assets and liabilities and the different quadrants. Like Robert Kiyosaki is great for that. For the traditional saving and traditional, you do this to get this, Dave Ramsey. Dave Ramsey is the person that says, okay, you need, complete money makeover. That's his thing. Where you save $500 or you save $1,000, and then after you do that, you start clearing all your debt, smallest, largest, and they have the snowball effect. And like that's Dave Ramsey. All of these different concepts is what I pull from when I create my own personal program. Me and my family have our own personal program. T-Shack, I love that one too. Think and Grow Rich. That's another one. We have our own program, though, when it comes to the Crawford family in Atlanta, Georgia. The Crawford family in North Carolina might view things a little bit different. The Crawfords that's in Texas might view things a little bit different. But we have our own particular program that says this is how we generate our income. These are some of the things that we invest in. We have a family trust that holds this thing. So if something happens to dad, y'all are protected and I'm protected because I know y'all can't be foolish with the money that I worked so hard to get. Y'all ain't gonna just go out there and blow it. Guess what? The family trust says when you turn 30, you get this. In the event that Pops dies, this is paid off. Mom gets this is how. I feel like all of these things being set in place is what helps somebody get clear when it comes to the day-to-day workings, like how you want your life to continue. Also, with the whole idea of becoming clear and T-Shack giving y'all some good stuff. T-Shack giving y'all some real good stuff. But when it comes to somebody becoming clear, a lot of y'all are not clear because the environments that y'all live in a consistent basis, the richest man in Babylon is a good one. But some of y'all are not clear because you got people around you. And I got a story I want to tell y'all so bad. I can't say it though, because some of these people that I talk about are watching the pod. But you got some people that's in your space that really don't want you to win. Have you ever thought about that? You got people in your space right now that say, hey, what you doing that for? What you doing that for? You know what? You ain't gonna live forever. You know what? It ain't gonna spend it. When you die, where that money go? All that money gonna go. Those are the people that have a certain type of broke mentality that you have to fight against consistently. And I think, it took me until I got to be maybe 35, 36. Hold up. Wait. No, before that. My oldest daughter is 10 years old. So that puts me at 32, 31. So when I first started getting in my 30s, right? In my 30s, I started to transition the way I looked at money. I started to transition the way I looked at friendships. I started to transition the way I look at work and businesses and time, right? Because this is, truth be told, everybody got the same 24 hours. You can't cut it. 24 is 24 no matter what. You can't, okay, you say, all right, 24 divided by 2 is 12. Okay, cool. I got you. 24 divided, everybody got the same 24 hours. The difference is what are you doing within the 24, for one? What type of things are you entertaining in the 24? Becoming clear, and again, I like the concept of the Church of Scientology. It just it can't exist with my theology that's been created within my family, right? I believe everybody's family has to have a certain thing that you live by. Case in point, my girls know they cannot get any type of rewards if something that needs to be contributed to is not contributed to. There is no reward system. Case in point, the simplest form. If you clean your room, I will take you out for a nice lunch. The nice lunch might be Chick-fil-A, the kids. I mean, anything like that. Just, Chick-fil-A. Oh, Chick-fil-A. Oh, get the Chick-fil-A. All right. Simple stuff. If it comes to me personally, and this is something that I just have to do this. I've just made that my thing. If I have not busted my butt for a good 2 quarters back to back, there is no reward system for me even. I ain't no vacations, ain't no time off, ain't no going out the city and doing all this, ain't nothing. I don't reward myself if I know I didn't bust my butt for that whole 2 fiscal quarters, 2 quarters at least. And I do it half of the year, half. The reason I do that is you cannot work half of the time and then want to reward yourself for half of the work that you did. You didn't even accomplish what you should have accomplished. Now, on the flip side, if I busted my butt for 4 quarters back to back, that's what I talked about last year. Last year, I worked all of 2025. The only times that I took off of work is when I was sick and for Thanksgiving and Christmas. Outside of that, I worked the whole time, 7 days a week. Now, the reason I do that is not for me to, it's not a flex. It's not to show work ethic. I don't care about none of that stuff. What I care about is, what am I actually accomplishing? What am I accomplishing? When you said, and this is, I talk to myself like this, bruh, when you said you wanted to make $100,000 a month, and you said, if you did this and you're going to make $100,000 a month, why did you quit 2.5 months into doing the work? Why did you quit? That just sounds stupid. And people don't have these real conversations with themselves. That's the issue with what we got going on in the world in general. What normally happens is somebody gets thrown off and you say, well, I ain't have enough time to get nothing done today. Okay, you didn't have time to get nothing done today. Show me your cell phone. I want you to pull your cell phone out, and y'all know if you got an iPhone or even if you have a Droid, I pray for the people with Droids. But if you got an iPhone or if you got a Droid, it's going to tell you what is your screen time, what's the watch time. And now it's even to the point where it'll say, okay, you've been on Instagram for 4 hours out of the day. For me, if you wasn't selling something or you wasn't reaching out to somebody in the DMs or you didn't have some type of transactional conversation going on in your DMs, you wasted your time. So out of that 24, 4 of those hours are gone. You expect to sleep for 8 hours. Okay, cool. Guess what? You just wasted almost 20 hours of the whole day on BS. And this is the come to Jesus. These are the come to Jesus moments that we had to have with ourselves. Even with friendships, right? And this, most of my friends know that now. But even with friendships, when somebody calls my phone, they know off the rip, I can't be on the phone with Nito or I can't be on the phone with Mike forever because I know he already got some other stuff going on. Most of the time, people will text me and say, hey, yo, you got this going on. Hey, bro, what? Like, back in November, and whenever y'all are watching this, just say November was before, like a few months before now. This video's, y'all might be watching this in 2030. I don't know. But back in November, when I posted about being nominated for 3 Grammys with Eminem, and I mean, not Eminem. This year was last year. Who was it? Justin Bieber. When I talked about being nominated for 3 Grammys with Justin Bieber, I had 1,000 people bum rush my email. 1,000 people bum rushing my text messages. 1,000 people bum rushing my DMs. Guess what I said? Now is the time for me not to acknowledge any of this stuff going on, because guess what? I'm going to be stuck having a conversation with people that they really don't have their own best interests at heart. And I even got a take for that too. And we're going to talk about that too. But certain people don't even have their own best interests at heart when it comes to start to generating relationships. So therefore, you're going to waste my time with just talking about how proud. And again, I appreciate all of this stuff. Don't get me wrong. I appreciate all of it. But to have 1,000 people just tell you how proud they are of you and you try to acknowledge all 1,000 people, okay, that's nice and that's good for it's good for something. It's acknowledgement, I guess. It's good to acknowledge it and say, okay, I appreciate you, all that stuff. But truth be told, let's tell the truth. A lot of these people only posted, yo, congrats to my bro Mag for the 3 Grammy nominations. A lot of people posted that stuff only to bring shine to their own pages to show their own significance in a social environment. It's not about you. It's not even about them showing appreciation to you. It's about them saying, oh, I'm connected to this person, so therefore I'm important too. No. I want people to work on their own personal self-significance. What are you contributing to the world where people can say, you did that, I respect you for doing that, and thank you for doing that. We all have a better life because you decided to do that. That's how I look at all this stuff. So everybody that said, yo, Mag, Do your thing. Congrats on the 3 Grammy nominations. I appreciate y'all. But what is it that you're going to be known for? What are you going to be known for? How can I help you? How can I help you figure that out? And that's the part of Clear that I like to talk about. That's the reason why I have the whole no more poverty music stuff. I don't want to say it, but I'm going to say it because I love LaRussell. I had LaRussell on the show. Shouts out to LaRussell. Hold on. Let me give you a clap before I even start because y'all already know. But last week, LaRussell went viral for saying Lil Wayne didn't contribute any substance to the culture. And I'm paraphrasing. I'm just paraphrasing. But he said something about Wayne not contributing substance to the culture. And you had a lot of people that were starting to light him up. And when I heard LaRussell say that, I was like, I get it. I completely understand what LaRussell was saying, because this is one thing as a producer, and I have a friend of mine named Rock Dean. Y'all should go look at Rock Dean. Rock Dean is dope. I don't even know if he's on social media anymore. But anyway, Rock Dean is a rapper from North Carolina. I call him my brother. He's like my little bro. He knows I can always give him advice. My phone always works when he calls me. That's my little bro, right? And I don't know what state he lives in now. But anyway. Rock used to bring Lil Wayne songs in to the studio, and this is why I stayed in North Carolina. He used to bring Lil Wayne songs into the studio and be like, yo, you need to hear this Wayne, it's hard, like, woo! So, for example, it was one of the songs where he said, all real G's move in silence like lasagna. And Rock was like, oh, you heard that? Because the G is silent in lasagna. And then if you move in silence, it's like the G. I was like, okay. I was like, all right, great. You know what, Wayne, you did that. Good job. But for me, I came up in the class with Common and Talib Kweli and KRS-One and Nas. And so I've had all of these other influences for hip hop, and these are the people that I call great. These are the people that I actually like, right? So when he brought Wayne in, I was like, okay, I like Wayne. It's cool. But then when he threw the auto-tune on the raps, I was like, yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it. I felt like, I'll say it. I felt like with Wayne, creating the original music that he was doing, I felt like this was the setup for the downfall of music business. I felt like it was the setup for the downfall of music business. One of them, and I know everybody said, well, 50 Cent did it too. Well, okay, well, 50 did it a little bit different. With all of those mixtapes, and let me see, I'm going to ask ChatGPT, because I just felt like Wayne set the stage for what's happening now. And we could just look at it. Look at the fruits that was left behind. How many mixtapes did Lil Wayne make? Okay. And I'm thinking, it says Lil Wayne has released 29 mixtapes throughout his career. 29 mixtapes. All right. And the earliest we could go back for Lil Wayne is The Block Is Hot. That's 1999. So if you've done 29 mixtapes between 1999 to now, somebody do the math. Y'all can do the math. If you've done 29 mixtapes and you've released 1, 2, 3, how many albums? How many full albums? All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So you've released 15 studio albums and 29 mixtapes. That's a lot of music. And the reason I say he set the stage for what's happening right now. Y'all don't respect musicians. If you look at the general public right now, the general masses, y'all don't respect musicians. Y'all don't respect rappers. If somebody tells you they rap, you're going to laugh their pants off. You're going to say, oh, you a rapper? You ain't a rapper. I rap too. And you're going to make it a joke. When it comes to producers, you're going to say, oh, you're a producer? Oh, I make beats too. Look at me. And you're going to make it a joke. Why is that? The reason that exists now is because what happened then with Wayne and all of them back in the day. They made it look like it was stupid and overly simplified. Therefore, it took the respect of it away. That's why you got so many people that now have to rap. They have to really, really rap their butt off, and they have to really, really paint stories, and they have to really, really just put forth all effort between the graphics, the videos, that not videos, but the full. Watch this. Musicians can't even make music videos no more. Think about that. Just think about it. We are so dumbed down as a society that musicians can't even make music videos no more. They can't make music videos. You know what they got to do? They got to produce a whole short. They have to produce series. And they have to produce pretty much a whole TV show to tell you I do music. And that's the stuff that works. Ask me how I know. And look, everything that I'm saying right now is evident. Everything I'm saying right now is evident. If you look at what's my boy name? Everybody wants me to work with him too. I can't think of this dude's name. He's kind of on the soft side. He's a rap / singer. He really digs in on that 70s, 80s soul music. But he's a rapper / singer. I saw him comment on Sci-Hi's last song that he released. I can't think of that dude's name for nothing. Akeem Ali, I think his name. I think his name is Akeem Ali. A lot of people want me to work with him. But if you look at even the stuff that he's released, if you look at Kendrick Lamar, even Kendrick Lamar is one of our prestige. Is it prestige or prestige? Steam or prestige? Prestige. I'm going to say prestige. Kendrick Lamar is one of the best rappers alive. Right now, present day. He can't even give y'all just a music video. That mug has to have all of these other things set up to say, hey, listen to the music. I got a short film that's around this song, and we've had a whole world of beef. Even just think about it. This is where we are musically now. He had for Kendrick Lamar to be able to, and let's be real. I'm just stating the facts. You got to give some of the credit to Drake, and you got to give some of the credit to Kendrick Lamar. But it just is what it is. For Kendrick Lamar to hit the Super Bowl stage, he had to have a whole season of rap beef. Kendrick Lamar has been fired for years. He's been a dope rapper for years. He's had songs that could work on that stage for years. But they would have never given him that Super Bowl option if he didn't have the beef going on the season before. Let's be real. Even with this, and I personally didn't like the show. I understood it. I appreciated it. I respected it. But even with Bad Bunny doing the Super Bowl, what he just did, he wouldn't have done the Super Bowl if he didn't have all the other stuff going on with ICE. If we didn't have all that other stuff going on, that man would have never done the Super Bowl. Ask me if I'm lying. So I look at it like this, like nobody respects music in any facet, any form. So musicians, since we're in this space right now it's your job to figure out, okay, how am I going to exist in this creative space? What am I going to serve the people? Am I going to serve them my music through shorts? Am I going to serve them my music through food? Am I going to serve them my music through funny videos? Am I going to serve my music through whatever? Because guess what? The other thing is what's going to get you the steam to get the music popping over here. Again, nothing that I'm saying is I'm a cap-free coach. I am a cap-free coach. You can't bar your way. You can't bar your way to success. You can't perform your way to the top. You can't even buy your way. Look, this is a crazy thing. We're at the point where you can't even buy your way to fame. You can have a little bit of money, but you can't even buy your way to fame because guess what? As soon as you finish paying for whatever you're paying for, it's going to drop right back down and you're going to have to buy some more. So that's why I like to challenge musicians. I say, okay, what are you dope at doing? What are you dope at doing? Not just the music. What are you dope at doing? Okay, you're a painter. Oh, wow, you're a painter. All right, dope. Since you paint and you do all of that stuff in that creative space, what I want you to do is start doing a series of videos with you just painting, and you start talking. You do a voice overlay and you're rapping lyrics. And this video, you might add some music to it. This video, you might just add the words to the bottom of the screen while you're saying it, while you're painting. And this is... Unfortunately, you have to feed the ADHD in everybody that's on social media. You just got to feed it. But guess what's going to happen? You're going to start building a fan base where people start saying, oh, every time they do a video, like, and everything I'm telling you, I am doing it personally. I have been in music business for 20 years. Even I've had to pivot and figure out, okay, how am I going to serve the people? What type of content do they actually want from me? That's why I do the beat making videos the way I do it. Nobody that's online that's doing the beat making videos the way I do it. There's nobody that's doing it in the sound that I use. That's why I use certain sounds over and over and over. Of course, my catalog consists of different sounds and variations and styles of music, and I might be in country music. I have some country songs that's dropping in 2026, already placed, already paid for. I have records that's coming out in 2026 that's in the country, that's in R&B, that's in the hip hop. But guess what? When it comes to social media, you're going to get boom bap Magneto 7 over and over. That's what you get. That's what you're going to get, because that's what the people want to be fed. I challenge you. Figure out what you want to be. What do you want people to know you for? I want to challenge you. I want to challenge you to do that. Now, I want to end with a little bit of smoke. Oh, man. Bowling! I'm almost 2 hours in, too. God dang. Oh, man. I want to end with a little bit of the smoke. And this is for all of my people. I'm not celebrating anybody's loss. That's not what this is. I'm just saying you can't do wrong by people. You cannot do wrong by people and think that they're going to be happy for you when you're looking crazy. I'm not the person that's kicking in my door trying to get in my house. I'm not the person who had the lights turned off at their podcast studio. I am not the person that's acting like I'm the dopest individual and I got that drip on and I got, forget Rolex. We don't do Rolex. We do them big boy. We do them Pateks. I want to bring this person to the stage. Shouts out to Jim Jones. Jim Jones is an individual that I did produce some music for. I did play this. I played some of the music during the pre-show. Everybody that's on Patreon, everybody that's on YouTube, y'all are going to see this video. I'm going to bring it in. What you're going to, hold up. Let's restart it. We got to see the whole effect. This right here, what we're looking at. That's Jim Jones. He said he cut the lights off. Now, if you're looking at this right now, all right, now, if you're looking at this, that right there, guys, that's Jim Jones attempting to kick into his apartment. This right here is Jim Jones right there. That's him attempting to kick into his apartment door. Look at that. Look at it.
What's up? What happened?
That's a lady she's come out of the door. She's trying to figure out, what are you kicking in that door? He said, what happened? Look at him.
Yeah, I'm good.
He says he's good.
No, it's mine. My property.
He said, that's my property.
You gotta talk to somebody.
Oh, he's trying to kick into another door. He's trying to kick another door. Okay. Look at this. Look at this. He actually kicked into the door. He made it into the door that he kicked in. The lights turn colors like it turned red. I want you just look at this. And of course this is 50 Cent. 50 Cent posted this. I'm not laughing at Jim. I'm not laughing at Jim. I don't think I'm laughing. Am I laughing at Jim? I'm not laughing at Jim. I'm not laughing at Jim. But if you notice this is current day. This is a notice was taken January 22nd. January 5th is when it was dated. The default date notice January 22nd. He had 5 days notice of termination, which expired on February 17th. February 17th was a few days ago. Therefore, the Jim Jones landlord, my I'm acting like Dr. Umar. Jim Jones landlord, I repeat, Jim Jones landlord kicked him out of the house. All right. You know what? Oh, man. I'm not laughing at Jim. This is what I will say. T-Shack 50 is unmatched. Guess what? I work with 50 Cent too. Good Lord. Wow. I forgot. I work with 50 Cent. Shouts out to 50, man. I've never had an issue getting paid for 50 Cent. Never had an issue getting paid for 50 Cent. Never, ever. All right, so this is the thing. Okay. I've told this story before. And I even talked about this on the L Catalog show. And this is again, I'm not laughing at Jim Jones. I gotta make sure that I say that enough times, because I don't ever laugh at anybody that's going through hard times, because Lord knows my hard times just ended. I said, Lord, I can't look now. Thank God it's just me about 10 years. I've been about 10 years good so far. I've been good for about 10 years now. So I think it's safe to say about a decade in, I've learned how to budget money. I've learned how to make a lot of money. I've learned how to spend a little bit of money. I've learned how to spend money on the stuff that need to be spent on. I've learned how to pay my bills on time. I've even learned how to have good credit. Hey, who you on, Mr. Crawford? Can I have it? Oh, sure, Mr. Crawford. You got a 700. You got a great credit score, sir. Thank you. I have learned how to, all of my old music business ways, I have taken that off of the table. I no longer pay bills late. I pay it right on time. Hey, every time I pay them bills, hey, it's on time. All right, so anyway, Jim Jones, sir, we're too old to, hold on, let me look this up right quick. We're entirely too old to be kicking in doors, sir. I'm just saying. And my wife was like, nigga gonna always be niggas. I mean, niggas gonna always be a nigga. You can't have no drip. You listen, okay, I'm gonna just say it. You cannot be broke and thinking that you can have some drip on. That is dead. That's dead. You cannot be old and broke and thinking you got some drip on. And guess what? Even the idea of saying, well, what do you perceive as broke? No, we're not playing that game. Okay, he's not 50 yet. He's 49. He's 49 years old. You can't be that old and saying that you got that drip or saying that you the flyest. That's dead. It's nothing dope about being broke and fly. It's nothing dope about that. I would rather. Would you rather? My daughter's it's some YouTube channel say, would you rather? I was like, what are y'all watching? But I would rather wear a regular white t-shirt with regular jeans and have $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 in my account. I would rather, and this is what I have been doing for some years now, But I would rather drive my same pickup truck and have an additional 50,000, or drive my same pickup truck to go over to see a tenant in one of my properties that's worth 300,000 or 400,000. I would rather have that set up and wear some bummy clothes versus have Versace and Balenci and have that drip on. I would rather look like a bum and be rich as F versus be bummy and look rich as F. I don't understand the concept. And this is the thing. I got to get out of here because I've been on for 2 hours now. But this is the thing. And this is why I said what I said about Jim. I have told this story before and I'll say it again. This is right around the time, I'm going to give y'all an exact date. So we're looking at, let me see. Yep, they credited it. So it's a song that I produced for Jim Jones, and I produced for Dipset, and I produced for Joel Santana. I produced for a lot of people. But it's one particular record. What year was this? What year is this? Filmography, solo albums, On My Way. Blah, 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 blah. All right, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying to just find it. I'm trying to find it. All right, there it is. Pray for Rain. I produced on an album for Jim Jones called Pray for Rain. This was 2009. 2009, I produced a record for Jim Jones. It's called Pray for Rain, right? Well, this particular time, and this is 2009, and we still doing this in 2026. Think about that. But 2009, I produced a record. The record came out on Sony. Long story short, he owed me money. Jim Jones owed me money for producing the record. Another thing that kind of rubbed me the wrong way, he went on, I think it was 106 in Park, or he was on The Basement. It was on one of them platforms. Of course, this is way before podcasts. He went on one of the platforms and he said, "We don't pay producers." This is what Jim Jones said. He said, "We don't pay producers. We break them." I'm on my Dr. Umar ish today. Jim Jones himself said, after I had produced a few records for Dipset, and after I had produced him, he said, "We don't pay producers, we break them." Well, guess what? Even if you don't pay producers, you better pay that. You better pay that rent, my boy. Because if you don't pay that rent, you're going to have to break into the house. You know what? God don't play by his. God don't play by his children. He don't. I serve a big God. I serve the God that I serve. Listen, he say, "That's my boy right there. That's my boy." He might not get it right every time, but that's my boy. He know who I am. I ain't gonna let him have to break into his house. So listen, again, I'm not laughing at Jim. I wish him the best. I pray that he gets up on his feet. I pray that the psychology that he lived in, like that whole idea of we don't pay producers, we break them. I really pray to God that he don't think that way no more. Because if he still thinks that way and he's been on the somewhat struggle bus, guess what? It's only going to be more of it. There's going to be more of it. So, Jim, Godspeed. I encourage you, don't play with 50. I have worked with 50 Cent. I have been in certain spaces, and I know how he get down. And guess what? He is there. He waits to see the blood in the water. 50 be like this. Oh. So, I pray. Again, see me, I'm taking the high road. I pray that Jim has had a change of mind, and I pray that he does no longer think about We break producers. We don't pay him. I pray that he don't do that no more. But clearly, since he's breaking into his door, he still thinks that way. All right, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. Y'all did not give me this petty. I am telling you. Don't be wrong. Don't do wrong by me. I am the person that will wait until I'm all the way up to step on you. I'm telling you, I'm the person that will wait till I'm all the way up and I'm going to step on you. I am okay. So this is why I'm real big on people treating people the right way. I'm really big on, if you say you're going to do this, just attempt to do it. And if you can't do it, let me know. If you can't do it, let me know. Be a man of your word. My grandmama taught me that back in elementary school. And this is when I first started playing at church. And maybe this kind of why I think the way I think. Well, I'm sure this is why I think the way I think. The one thing that happened when I was younger, my granddaddy said, "You don't want to be a disgrace to our family name." And I didn't understand what he meant when he said it. He said, "You don't want to be a disgrace to our family name." I said, "Okay, what's that mean?" So that means don't be outside lying to people, telling them you're going to do something and you don't do it. Don't be outside taking people's money and you never deliver on the thing that they paid you to do. Don't just be taking people's money just for the hell of it. Make sure you have a clear-cut reason of why they gave it to you. There's no such thing as a real gift. The real gift only exists when it's given without anything in return. That's the real gift. Don't lend money to family if you can't afford to not get that money back. Don't lend it out. Certain principles that I just live by that clearly people like Jim don't live by. And I hate that for him. If you can't pay your bill on time, try to reach out to the creditor. Let them know, look, hey man, I'm a little bit short this month. I know my lease is $1,800, but right now I only got $1,500. Can I give you the 15 and then my next pay period I give you the other 300? I'm sure they'll probably be like, yeah, we can work that out. But if you just say I'm not gonna pay it and you get on social media and you parade around as if you don't owe nobody and you try to get at 50 and 50 is gonna, again, I am like 50. I will wait until I'm all the way up. Remember my Fat Joe. I will wait until I'm all the way up and say, okay, I remember when you did that. You still feel that way? And if you act like you don't remember what I'm talking about, okay. And I got a few other rappers. That's in that same space with me. And I'm just saying, you can't cap how good you are and not be good forever. At some point, you got to get to the point where you're good. You got to get to the point where all that capping and all that putting on for the camera, at some point, you got to cut that off and say, all right, as a man, am I good? Am I good? Am I mentally straight? Am I financially set? Am I relationally set? With my health, am I good so far? And you got to and as a woman too, I know we got a few women that might watch the show, but at some point, you have to have a come to Jesus moment with yourself and say, am I really good, or have I been capping so long where I believe the lie that I've been selling to other people? Have you been capping that long? My God. I didn't know you pledged Kappa. You've been pledging that long, my boy. Oh man. Anyway, hopefully you enjoyed today's show. I hope you enjoyed today's show. Oh man. I can talk about this forever. Everybody that's watching this on YouTube, I want to encourage you, please make sure you go join the Patreon. If you join the Patreon, I am going to be starting something for all of my lucrative producers. So if you join the Patreon within the month of, what are we going into? March. If you join in the month of March, February going into March, I will be giving you your first week of lucrative execs half off. Your first week of lucrative exec will be half off. If you do want to join, link is going to be in the bio. Link is going to be in the description if you're watching this on YouTube. Also, we got some live events coming up in April. Yes, sir. So all of my producers, singers, songwriters, ventriloquists, dancers. I ain't lying either. I'm being dead serious. If you are in any aspect of creative space, I want you at my events. The first one is going to be in April, first weekend in April we're looking at. So I will have a sign up form going on, but only way you'll be able to sign up, the only way you'll know about the activities is joining the Patreon. So I want to encourage you, join the Patreon. I'm going to ask you for your, and you can join for free too. I do have a free tier still. But join the Patreon. I will be asking you, okay, what is it that I need to do to help you? What are you looking to get? What are you looking to get out of joining my community? Do you need help with marketing? Do you need help with beats? Do you need help with vocal arranging? Do you need help with marketing? Do you need help with your finances? All of this stuff, we cover a lot of stuff, and not just me with the lucrative community, but on the coaching side of things, I have been doing a lot of one-on-ones this year with people, and they're seeing good results. I think that we are in prime real estate when it comes to creative people right now. If you are creative, this is your prime real estate for you to get in and start doing the work. So again, if you're watching this on YouTube, you're watching this on Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, Facebook, please, again, join the Patreon. Links in the bio, and I will see y'all next week. All right, all my Patreon members, I'll see y'all tonight. I'll see y'all tonight. All right, I'm holla. Peace.